Riding into the Federal Lines for Salt by S.C. Turnbo. In an interview with Captain J.C.A. one day at his home in Oakland, Arkansas, in the month of July 1903, he's relating to the hardships and deprivations that the people of northern Arkansas endured from the effects of the Civil War. Now, he gave me this interesting account. "You remember," he said, "when we were detached on service in North Louisiana in 1863? Well, many of us taken sick from the effects of malaria in the swamps and the bad water. Well, I passed through several spells of swamp fever at Delhi. I lay many weeks before I was able to travel, and our regiment, the 27th Arkansas, had been ordered back to Little Rock, Arkansas, and when I reached command there, I was permitted to return home in Marion County to recuperate my strength until I was able for duty. Now, bad health kept me at home several months, and when winter time set in, we were ready to kill our fattening hogs. We found that we were without salt, and no one could procure except within the Federal lines, and there was none for sale nearer than Batesville, which was sold at an enormous price, which had to be paid in gold or silver. For the owners of the salt, they refused to take paper money of any sort. Now, as soon as the cold weather set in, I became stouter, and having several fattening hogs on hand, I postponed the idea of going back to the army until I made an effort to supply the family with salt. So I told my people I was going to Batesville, 80 miles down the White River, to purchase salt. But when I told the family what I intended to do, they exclaimed in terror, "Why, that's beyond the Federal lines, and you'll be killed, and you must not attempt to go there," they said. They all did their best to dissuade me from going, and I told them that it was useless to fool away time in trying to prevent me from making the trip, and we stood a great deal of need of salt and could not afford to do without it. And I went to work to prepare myself for the journey by discarding my military uniform and donning an old ragged cast-off suit of citizen's clothes. And I put an old flop-brim hat, borrowed an old shell of a saddle, and with a few $20 gold pieces in my pocket that we had saved to meet emergencies with. And I mounted a horse and rode to Batesville. I had no trouble in penetrating the enemy's lines and rode boldly into town, and I bought a bushel of salt by paying $20 for it. Then I started on the return back and reached home in safety with it.